Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday to you all. Today is May 5th. I always thought that the May 5th was Cinco de Mayo, Cesar Chavez Day. I don't know, I might have got them wrong. I don't know. I might have got them wrong. I don't know. I might got my dates wrong. I don't know. But if you guys know, if today is Cinco de Mayo or Cesar Chavez Day, because I thought they were letting the students out on Cesar Chavez Day. But anyway, today is Monday, Motivational Monday, May 5th. Man, we in May already. Happy new month. Okay. As you guys know, or some of you may know that I've talked to personally, I don't have a scripted playwright, what I'm going to talk to on a daily basis. What I do talk about is because, somebody done hit me up and say, hey, can you hit on this subject or whatever. I try to keep it short and sweet, which I used to try to keep it like under 5 minutes, but it's been going on well over. So if you interested in listening, fine, follow my page. Don't just look at my videos, follow my page, like, comment, give me some remarks or feedback or whatever, but keep the negative comments to yourself, because you will be deleted and you will be blocked. Okay, I don't do all that negative stuff. If you want to do all that negative stuff, go sit down on somebody else's page who give a fuck, because I really don't. Okay, keep your stuff to yourself. That's all I ask you. Be pertinent to, this is not your page. You could do all that on your page. But if it's my page, if you're not interested in it, keep scrolling. Keep on going. You ain't got to do all that. All right? But anyway, somebody's flashing me. What are you flashing me for, buddy? Probably somebody know me. I don't know, because I be everywhere. I be summer everywhere. Okay? Anyway, Motivational Monday. Motivate somebody. You smile at them. If you catch somebody looking at you, because I quite often do, smile back. When I was, younger, growing up, I used to be like mad and angry because people be staring and stuff, and I used to tell my mom all the time that, and she was like, girl, she said, if you look up and you catch somebody staring at them, apparently something is appeasing to them, okay, about you. If they looking and gawking or whatever, smile at them. Say, hello, how you doing? Or, hey, do you know me? Or do I know you from somewhere? You're going to put them in a whole different realm of their mind thought, or what they was thinking about as they was looking at you. Either they're going to turn away real quickly, or they're going to smile back and say, oh, you look familiar, or maybe something that you have on, or your hair, your makeup, your glasses, or whatever. It's going to change that mindset. And I used to look at her and be like, in the back of my mind, like, yeah, whatever. I catch somebody looking at me, I'll be like, what the F is you looking at, But that's how I was growing up, But then I started thinking about it as I got older, and I was like, okay, let me try this. So people, before I, frame of mind thought about, okay, hi, how are you? Or smile. Sometimes they would turn away real quickly, as if like, oh God, they caught me looking at them, or they caught me staring at them. Or sometimes they'll smile back, or they'll say, you look familiar, you look like somebody I know. Do you know so and so and so and so? Or did you go to so and so and so and so school, such and such, such and such, like that. So I found out that yeah, I found out that, yeah, sometimes that works. Sometimes that works. So it's all good. So, when my kids came and, told me the same thing, I laughed, a little bit. I gave a little chuckle, because it reminded me of myself, coming up. So I told them the same thing that my mom told me, hey, how you doing? Hello, how you doing? Or, do you know me from somewhere, or such and such and such and such, and yeah, it's kind of crazy when you growing up and your parents, or they tell you certain things growing up and stuff, and you find yourself telling your kids the same thing. That's a good upbringing. That's how I see it now. Now, when I was younger, coming up and, being told these certain type of things, I thought it was a bunch of hogwash. That's what I thought it was, a bunch of hogwash. But then as I got older and started to calm down, because yes, I was a firecracker. I was a hot ass mess. Yes, I was. I can admit that. I can admit that. Like right now, like I can admit that I have road rage, and I don't even know why I drive. That is so true. I just don't know why I drive, because it's crazy as hell. It's crazy as hell. But anywho, continuing on. Yeah, so, I find myself, telling my kids some of the same things that my mom and my dad told me as I was growing up, and I just look back on it and I smile and I say, that was a good upbringing, because, hey, if I feel that if I did not have the upbringing that I had, I don't think that things would be the way they are. Okay, I probably would be in jail. And I'm just keeping it 100. But by me being the only girl, in a family of all boys, it's kind of crazy, because a lot of people ask me, you ain't never been to jail? I was the smart one out the bunch. I was the smart one out the bunch, okay? I knew when to back up. I knew when to shut up. I knew when to go sit my tail down, okay? I had a lot, to accomplish, a lot to do, and am I in the position that I want to be in, or am I in the position that I dreamed that I would be in at this time of my life? No, I'm not. Life moves and things happen, and hey, all I could do is say I'm living. I'm living. I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for being in the position that I'm in right now. I get to see my grandbaby, every day. I get to see my kids, and I couldn't wish for nothing more. Mother's Day is Sunday. And I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. My oldest daughter tell me, she like, I ordered your Mother's Day gift, and I hope it get here before we leave to go to San Diego. And then my youngest daughter, like, come on, let's go to the Coach outlet so you can get your purse. Because usually I get a new Coach purse on either Mother's Day or on my birthday. Last year I didn't get one. I didn't get one on Mother's Day or my birthday. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I didn't. I don't even, because usually they'll send me, like, from the Coach store, they'll send me a birthday certificate or something like that, and I'll use that certificate toward whatever, type of purse or bag I want. That's just like with Converse, and I'm getting off subject right now, but that's just like with Converse. I have so freaking many Converse. I've thrown away several Converse, but I have so many Converse. I have so many freaking Converse. It's ridiculous, and that's just like with purses. I have containers full of purses, and I have my favorites, when they had the Pride purse that came out a few years ago, I was like, okay, I don't want that purse. I was like, I don't want that purse, but it was cute. The colors, because I'm colorful. I love colors. And I just, was like, no, I don't want that. I don't want that Pride purse. It's cute, but I don't want it, Then after a while, I started thinking, I kept looking at it, and I was like, I like this purse. I really like this purse, So I was telling my youngest daughter, I was like, I started to like the purse. I said I like the colors, and then the big one is what really caught my eye, So I was like, ew, am I gonna turn? Yes, I am. So when I thought about it, I said I want this purse. So I went ahead and I tried to order it. Oh, I was upset. Then I had the nerve not to be upset because I couldn't get it. Okay. And because it was a limited edition, and I guess they only made a certain amount, and they were sold out. So I think the clutch one, the little small one, they still had that. But I didn't want that one. I wanted the regular duffel. I wanted the regular, not duffel, but I wanted the regular size purse. Because you could see the design better in the bigger one as to the compact clutch one. So I was like mad because I missed it. But that was my fault because, I didn't want the rainbow on there. The colors and stuff, the pattern and everything was cute, but I just didn't want the rainbow on there because people, they jump to so many conclusions. But you know what, when I thought about it, I said, you know what, you don't even care about what people think. So why did you, opt out and then miss the opportunity of, what are you doing? Miss out on the opportunity of getting that purse as a collection item, so that was my fault, and then my youngest one, I think she had tried to get it for me also, but it didn't work out, so I didn't get it, so I was like, I can't feel bad about it because, I allowed myself to put myself in that mode to like, okay, I don't want that rainbow or whatever, so that was my fault. That was definitely my fault. But anyway, so I'm the type that I've done so much for other people that it feels weird for me to do something for myself. Even when, hey, I was able to do whatever and whenever I wanted to. Go wherever I wanted to go. Whenever I wanted to go. Take my kids wherever they wanted to go. Whenever we wanted to go. And it's like now I don't know. For Mother's Day, I don't need a gift to say that I was a good mother. I know I was a good mother. I had to sacrifice a lot of things, when me and my husband had split up, and I had to make certain sacrifices, in order, because I had to be at work so early in the morning. I had to make certain sacrifices. So it was like, do it this way or sit at home and be on the county. Which one you choosing? So I chose to work. I didn't want to sit down on the county. I'm not a county type of person, But my thing is, when I'm in a position where I need help, I should be able to go and be like, hey, look, I need some assistance for a few months until I get back on my feet, instead of somebody telling me, oh, you make too much money in this months of the calendar. You make too much money, so we can't help you, but I'm paying taxes. That's the type of shit right there that pissed me off. You got people living in the projects, driving Rolls Royces and driving Mercedes big body Benzes and BMWs and Porsches and stuff like that, paying $35 rent, less than $100 rent. But you telling me that somebody that went to work every day, 7 days a week, okay, working, overtime, 15.90 or 15, whatever, however the hell they was doing it, but it was up under the 16 hours a day. Because, driving buses at that time, you can't drive nothing over 16, okay? You can't be on that work clock, right? Whatever, like that. Every day. Sunday to Saturday, working every day. So I have a little stumble, and you tell me that you can't help me because in between these months here, I made too much money? Come the hell on, y'all. Come the hell on. The economy got to be a little bit better than what it is, because it's ridiculous. This economy is so jacked up, it's ridiculous. Okay? And I say that all the time. You help people who don't need the help, but you turn away the people who do need the help. You turn away that mother or that father that don't have nobody, that probably done lost everything, that's in a position to where they had to quit their job because they couldn't afford health care, or they couldn't afford not health care, I'm sorry, they couldn't afford child care. So they didn't have nobody to watch their kids because they don't know nobody, or they new to the state, or they taken over because one of the parents gone, decided to leave. And that's male or female, that's mother or father, okay? Because you got men that's taking care of their children because their mother opted out. But the majority is you got mothers and grandmothers taking care of kids because that other parent decided that this is not what they wanted to do, but they wanted to lay down and get it. They wanted to lay down and get it without using protection, knowing the consequences is that, okay, if I don't, it's a possibility that we gonna have a child. Okay, well, I'm gonna just take that. That possibility, and then I'll make my decision on whether or not I want to be a part of that child's life when it gets to that point. Okay, so hey, it's either it's neither here nor there. Okay, you either you're going to or you're not. It's just as simple as that. Okay, so y'all, motivational Monday. Okay, I hope that I've said something in this conversation, in this 20 minutes of talking. I hope I've said something that sparked an arousal of your sense buds. Not taste buds, but your sense buds, your thought buds, okay? Your mind buds. But I talk what I know. I talk about things that I know. I talk about things that I have experienced. Now, if I come across some things that I have not experienced, trust and believe I'm going to get some feedback. Hey, well, you want me to talk about this? Give me a for instance. Give me something to talk on. Tell me a story. That way I can give that feedback. Cause hey, throughout my life, I done been around some people who have been through certain things. So by me being a life coach, a certified life coach, I am experienced enough to give feedback on things that I have came across or people who have shared with me. Okay, I think I have enough knowledge to do that. That's why I say, hey, if it's something that you want me to touch on or give a little bit of feedback, go ahead, feel free. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that at all. But anyway, y'all, it is Monday. It is very, very gloomy. If you can see out the back of my window, even though my windows are tinted, you can see out of my windows very good in the daytime. In the daytime, okay? We're not going to talk about at night, okay? Because I can't see out the windows at night if my windows are rolled up. Definitely have to roll my windows down in order for me to see, especially making a left turn and there's a center divider. When I'm making that left, yeah, I will be all up on top of that center divider if I don't roll these windows down. That's how dark my windows are, okay? But yes, you guys enjoy your day. In some places it's raining. I don't know where, but it hasn't touched down here in LA. It hasn't touched down here in LA as of yet. It did rain a little bit. I won't even say that it rained. I think it was more like drizzling. On Saturday. It didn't do anything yesterday. Ground is not wet this morning when I came out, so when I got over to Compton, it wasn't wet over there either. But driving next to cars and stuff, cars is wet. Okay? So I don't know where they was coming from or going to, but wherever they was coming out, they got a little rain drought coming down. Because even on the radio on Stephen Harvey show, the lady who do the traffic was saying, slow down. The beginning of the rain, you be hydroplaning and stuff. People don't understand that. That first 20, 30 minutes of rain is the worst rain, because what it's doing is hitting the ground and it's bringing up all of that oil, all of that dirt and everything that's on the grounds throughout the dry seasons and stuff, and people leaking oil and tires burning and stuff. That rain is bringing up all of that in the beginning of the track, getting wet. So it's loosening up, and then you driving over and you just making it loose up, and then your tires are easily to hydroplane across, things like that. So just be careful. When I was driving school buses, I call them crash dummies. I call them crash dummies because that's what they were. They were very, very ignorant to the fact of driving. Very, very ignorant to the fact of driving, and it was crazy. It was crazy. But anyway, I got about 15 minutes. Before my next client. So, you guys have a beautiful day. And if I did not introduce myself, which I don't think I did, I am Delia of Delia's Car Chronicles. And yes, it is kind of like way in the video for me to be introducing myself. But anyway, I do have some people who view this, and I post this on YouTube also. I post this on YouTube, so you can follow my YouTube channel. It's Undetermined Coaching at its Best. So I was thinking about changing the name of it. I was thinking about changing the name of the page, but it will be my second time because we were supposed to have been doing a podcast type thing, filming our everyday while we out and about. I was forced and pushed, and when you gonna start this, when you gonna start that, and then when I started it was nothing. I think we had about maybe 1 or 2 videos on there with us on there. Don't let nobody tell you to do nothing, especially when they ain't real. Because if they ain't making the option or the notion to do it themselves, don't allow nobody to push you to do it. Because once you do it, it's just bullshit after the end. Okay? But I'm going to get up off of that, y'all. Love on yourselves. Love on yourselves. Love on yourselves. Love on yourselves. Give yourself the energy that you give others when you loving on them. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just vice versa. Twist it around. Give it to yourself instead of giving it to others. At least you'll appreciate it a little bit more than somebody else. Okay? And with all that being said, enjoy your new day. Enjoy this new week. Have a awesome week. Okay? Don't let nobody give you no wooden nickels. I don't know where I heard that saying before. I don't know where I heard it first. I don't know if I heard it from my grandmother when we used to go to Imperial Valley to stay the summers with her. I don't know, but I heard that. I don't remember. It'll come to me one day. But anyway, deuces.